When I first came on council, I learned that there were people in this town who weren't paying their real property tax bills. They just weren't paying it. And that really bothered me. And I learned that the county had a lawyer who went after people who didn't pay the real estate property tax bills. And I pushed a little bit. That's one thing. I'm a little pushy sometimes. But anyway, Dave Davis found a lawyer for us, and we were able to collect those back tax bills. And it was about $60,000 that this town was owed. So that's one thing that I'm really pleased about. It happened the first year or so I was on council. And then Carl mentioned the tax abatement program. That actually came about through Carl, when he wasn't even on council. And I have a real memory of sitting on council my very first year when Carl stood up and in his own style said, "You people need to have a tax abatement program," and he presented it. And I had some experience in real estate tax assessment, and I understood what he was talking about, and I developed a plan, talked to council about it, presented it to council, and then with their permission presented it to the county. Kind of languished for a while, but I'm pleased that now the county and Clifton Forge do have what they call a tax exemption program, which is really a tax abatement program, which means that if you do the paperwork and you do renovations to your house, a portion of the increase in your real property taxes will be abated over a period of years. So it's a real benefit to homeowners if they are part of this program. When I was first on council, I learned that we had not done anything with our comprehensive plan since the early 1990s, even though you're supposed to update it every 5 years. So that was a real problem. And our previous town manager said that it would cost about $25,000 to $50,000 to get it done. We didn't have that kind of money. Long story short, Darlene Burcham came to town. She worked with the Roanoke Valley Allegheny Regional Commission, got someone to help us, got citizens involved, and she helped, and we have a comprehensive plan. It was passed in August of 2012. It need to be updated next year. We now have a roadmap for this town, and we're following it. And I think that is one of the biggest things that's happened in the last 8 years. It keeps us on the right road. We now have a historic district in town. We, since 2009, have had annual staff luncheons for the town employees, something that was denied them in years past because they said they didn't have any money. Well, we made that happen, and that's another thing that I'm really pleased about. I'm also pleased about the Lower Roxbury Revitalization Project. We have families, 3 families in Lower Roxbury who have brand new homes. Their homes were in such condition that they could not be rehabilitated, and that project has paid for new homes for those families, and 4 others have been rehabilitated, and there are more to come. That is through a multi-million-dollar grant that the town applied for through Darlene Burcham, and we are just extremely fortunate that Darlene and Leanna Tyler both have experience in managing these grants. They are not a picnic to manage, and it takes a lot of work, but we're getting it done. I'm almost finished, but there are, I could go on and on about all the things that have happened in the last 8 years. Ridgeway Street was milled, and it's been repaved. Public Works has a brand new building. It's not brand new anymore, but it's new since in the last 8 years. And they have not new, but better equipment to work with. Their equipment was literally falling apart, and now they have good equipment. As you heard tonight, we're going to have the access road by Kroger, and we're going to have the Kroger fueling stations. I mean, that is going to be a real benefit to our town. People will come from all over just to buy gas because it will be cheaper at our Kroger. So that's a good thing. In the past 8 years, I think that Clifton Forge has become a tourist and art center, and built on what the Allegheny Arts and Crafts Center began more than 30 years ago. We've opened, in the past 8 years, the Clifton Forge School of the Arts has opened. We've had the building and the use of the Masonic Amphitheater. That was just an eyesore before. It was filled with old tires, and now it's a beautiful park and amphitheater. And of course, what to me is really the crown jewel of everything, the historic Masonic Theater reopened in July. And it's just the most beautiful thing in the world. People are still coming in every day and saying, I cannot believe this. This is so beautiful. We have a group here from New Hampshire tonight, and they're saying, I can't believe this. This is gorgeous. In our little town, folks, this is what we have. We've come a long way in 8 years. And I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens in this town and to be able to live in this community. Thank you for accepting me and making my husband a part of this community. Thank you.